a big feeling to climb back in bed. Then I looked in the mirror and somebody said, wake up, wake up. It's time for you to lose the blues, and this is a very special treat. Tell it to everyone you meet, that life is all for living and love is all for giving. So this is a very special day. Tell it to everyone along the way, that this is a very special day.
Very special day it is. Isn't it fabulous, fantastic, maybe just a little Freaky Friday. Friday. Holly Thompson from Salem Crossing is with us. Good morning, Holly.
Good morning.
Okay, so the roads, let's do our road report. So not too bad. I mean, the roads look really pretty good.
The roads do look pretty good. They did a really good job on the Monday, I thought. Now where I live is a little bit different story.
Yeah.
There's still some difficulties there.
Yeah.
But as far as main roads go, I think the main roads look good right now.
Right. I think the things that we need to remind everybody, I've said this over and over, I know. Sorry, it's a broken record, but we have so many roads, and those country roads, some of those are really bad still.
They are.
And
really
they're
bad
like
still.
ice now. We're like ice, baby, you know?
It's ice.
And, you just, there's no four-wheel drive, there's no nothing when it comes to playing, no playing there.
No. And I mean, I'm very thankful to have a four-wheel drive truck, because when I turn onto my road to get to my house, I have to, when I turn off the main two roads that I drive to turn onto my road that I live on, I have to put it back in four-wheel drive and little skid down the road, and then baby steps, and then tackling my driveway.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and then we talked yesterday, you have to get enough momentum to get up a hill, and
which scares me even more, because I'm like, I don't speed in this stuff, so when I have to get the momentum up to go up my hill, I'm like, oh goodness.
And then you feel, okay, so like you got the momentum and you're going, you're trucking it, pedal to the metal, and then you start slide a little. It's like, okay, but you got to keep it, I feel like a country music song there. You got to keep it, between the lines there.
Yeah.
And then,
start fishtailing a little bit.
Yeah.
That's scary.
not a pretty sight there.
No.
And then when you and then you see somebody getting ready to come down the hill. You see a person or another vehicle, which is a degree of difficulty, because there's really nowhere to pass. There's not much passing lane, and if you go over too far, then you're in a ditch.
And 3 foot of snow that's been banked up there.
Right, or vice versa. They are if they don't get it up. So it's like you try to be that courtesy driver.
Yeah.
It's just like, I think that as far as school buses trying to go up that and trying to slide down, and we have so many roads that, like on a beautiful sunny day, to me can be kind of scary at times,
Yes.
I think that we have to remember that. So, and just like the creed of, is it fair to all concerned? You got to be fair to everybody. So I think the schools doing another day were very wise.
Yes.
Especially because it's so cold and that freezing, that ice baby. So.
Oh yeah. Because it just does, the sun melted, and then what was snow turned to ice, and it's sheets of ice in some areas.
Yeah.
More on the county roads and stuff. Yeah.
Right. So we had this early morning. I'm an early riser. There was a black cat that ran in front of us.
Oh.
I don't think I've ever, how the saying, what's the saying? It's something like, if a black cat runs in front of you or something. What is it? I can't remember how it goes. And I'm not even superstitious. I know you are more than I am.
I remember growing up, my mother, if a black cat crossed if she was driving and crossed in front of the road, she was like make a cross, crossing out that bad luck.
Okay.
And then I remember one day we were at a band competition out in Litchfield, Kentucky or somewhere, and we were walking from the stadium, the seating, to where I had to go get ready for my specific competition, and a black cat walked in front of our path, and she's like, nope, and we walked completely around this thing, because she's like, nope, you're getting ready to do your band competition, we don't need that bad luck either, we're walking around. I'm like, okie dokie.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Well, those are things that you don't ever forget, right?
You don't.
Well, I don't think I've this was a huge 2 more inches and it would have been a panther. Okay, it was a beautiful. A few more inches and we'd have had a panther on our hands, because it was beautiful, and he was big, he or she big, but I don't think I've ever seen one go that right in front. I mean, just, I mean, like, you know, like sometimes, like, you've maybe seen them a little bit from a distance. This one, like, I mean, it was a near miss. You know what I mean? You talk about flirting with disaster.
Yeah.
This guy was flirting with disaster. I
Yeah.
mean, he was like, he was living his 9 lives, let me tell you. But I was like, okay, what does that mean? I don't know. I can't remember. It's something, I don't know. It's supposed to be bad luck
I
or
just
something.
remember my mom always said it was bad luck for a black cat to cross in front of your path.
Well, we shall see. I didn't
Yeah.
do anything. I was thankful that I didn't hit him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I sure didn't want that.
No.
And then,
no.
he
I
survived.
would have
just-
cried then.
Well, I would have absolutely. I don't even
Yeah.
want to. I don't want to run over anything like that.
Mhm.
So, but he made it to the other side fine. But he like went right. I mean, like it was like right in the lights.
Mhm.
I mean, like huge.
Mhm.
You know, again, 2 more inches, he would have been a panther. You know.
Those squirrels, man, they'll
Oh.
dart out in front of you, and those scare me to death when the squirrel or the rabbits run in front. Like, I don't like hitting any animal.
No.
I don't like hitting any animal. And I remember there was one time when I was in Savannah and a bunny
Oh.
rabbit ran in front of me, and I hit it. I couldn't avoid it, and I cried for half an hour.
Yeah.
Over, you know, so.
Didn't even know him, but
No.
you knew that he had a mommy that loved him at some point.
That's right.
I always think of that.
Some
There was a
bunny
mother
loved
that
him.
loved somebody, yeah.
Some bunny loved him.
Cute, very cute. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Oh. Well, I know that the squirrels, they're really cute right now.
Yes.
And they communicate really well, and they're very playful.
Mhm.
To watch squirrels, you know, everybody talks about bird watching and all of that. Squirrel watching is really fun. To watch them be very active and playful and playing with each other.
We've got our corn that we keep out back because I feed the deer, and which our deer are beautiful right now too. But then, so the squirrels and the birds come to eat the corn also, and I just love watching all of them.
Yeah.
You know, and I know the deer hunters out there, they probably love stalking my backyard, but I'm like, no, you know. My stepson, he'll be like, when are we going to get one of those deer? I'm like, no, we're not. Those are my deer. Those are my deer that I feed.
There's a Holly's
And all my
babies,
little
yeah.
squirrels and bunnies and birds.
Yeah.
It's my little sanctuary.
And there are a lot of deer out too.
Yes.
Now I actually had this big buck, and I've had a lot of things going in front of me, but he did, and he was. If I would have hit him, it would have done damage, huge, big damage. But he was just real casually, just you know. And then there was another one. I had 3 different incidents, and then another one had 2 deer that were just ran right in front of me. But then this is the funniest one. One was going down the middle of the road, and it was on ice. So so we talk about like Bambi. Remember Bambi on ice? Remember?
Yes.
The
Little
sliding.
legs.
Yes.
Mhm.
It was really cute.
Oh.
Yeah. But finally, he or she got to the side of the road, and it was a little one, you
Yeah.
know. And so, yeah,
Oh,
I
my
thought
goodness.
I feel you. I know, understand that ice.
Yes.
Don't do it, but you know.
Don't do the ice.
Yeah.
Don't do the ice.
All right, we need to do our sponsors. Sorry, I just had to talk about that black cat this morning. See, I'll let you know how my day holds. Okay.
I hope it's okay.
So far, so good.
Well, we'd like to thank Meadowview Healthcare, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Americans for Prosperity, Mama Roses, Fox Pearly Wealth Management, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, Marshall Monuments, and McAllister Land Consulting. Thank you, sponsors.
Thank you to our great sponsors. All right, since we're talking about weather, we have talked all week long with different officials and different folks, and it's been very interesting. Learned a lot this week on snow. How was Salem Crossing? Do you guys, make sure that the parking lot, and you know, if you do have to have like an ambulance or something, you know, emergency or.
So we have a snow removal company
Okay.
that we use through American Senior Communities, and you know they did show up Monday. It's still, you know, I still have snow banks,
Sure.
things
yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
But we're able to get in and out right now, and we've been helping our staff in, especially earlier in the week. We had people. Brent, God love his soul.
Yeah, he's a
Brent-
jewel. He
Brent
is a jewel.
and Brent was our primary picker-upper and dropper-offer, and he did.
Love
I
that.
can't tell you how. I bet he put close to 500 miles on his car picking staff up and bringing them to work, and then picking them back up the building and taking them back home.
Love that.
And so, again, thank you. Brent Deckard is a good person, and more, you know, not just for his winter chicken dinners.
Yeah, I know. I was
Not for
gonna say
the great
probably had
maintenance
some-
he keeps up on the building, but he's always there when we need him. You know,
Probably
so.
going picking people up, flipping chicken. You know,
Yeah.
he's
All the things.
he's doing, and then probably fixing some kind of electrical problem. I mean, that man just like you talk a Swiss Army knife.
Yes,
That's what he is.
that's
He's
what
a Swiss
he is.
Army knife. He's a
Yes.
little bit of everything and does it all. Gets it all done.
He needs a T-shirt.
Yeah, I am a Swiss Army knife. That
Yes.
is me. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, so we've been very fortunate this week. I mean, obviously it doesn't come without difficulties and
No.
nail biting and all those things. And we had staff. You know, I had a nurse that spent the night Sunday night because she
Oh.
worked Sunday, and she also had to work Monday, and she spent the night
What a blessing.
wanting to
Oh.
make sure that she didn't miss work. So
That's dedication.
that's dedication.
No, that's
That's
just completely dedication.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Absolutely.
because she wanted to make sure she was there for her residents, and
I love that.
so yeah, and I had a culinary aide stay the night there, and so we have some really dedicated
You do.
employees that want to make sure the residents get the care that they need. So I'm very, very blessed and grateful for my folks.
And those stories need to be told to the families.
Yes.
You know, to know that, you know, that they're, because, you know, a lot of times families can't get out and get there, you know, but to know that the degree of that you
Yes.
guys are going to make sure that everybody's taken care of.
And my culinary staff, they've been feeding the staff
Oh.
all week long.
Have they
You
had
know,
chili? What's been on the menu?
Well, so we've had. I'm trying to think here for a minute. So yesterday was my favorite meal, and I always have to bring that one. Yesterday's my favorite meal because they do the ham and pinto beans and fried potatoes and kale greens with the malt vinegar. I put malt vinegar on mine, and that's my favorite meal.
Now, I just want to say, I'd spend the night. I'll wake up to that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh,
So they have fed us all week long because, you know, staff can't get out, or I don't expect them always to get out, especially if we have to pick them up and stuff. So we've been feeding the staff
what a blessing.
all week long, and we bought them extra snacks and extra soft drinks, so they have their drinks and snacks in between meals and things. So, you know, it's what our Salem Crossing family is about.
I'm so
You
proud
know,
of this
I love
group.
that so much.
Man, what a
Yeah.
Well, I'm
gritty
glad you shared that with
performance,
us
and,
because I think
and
sometimes, you know,
they
like
found a
just
way when it matters
trying
the
to, you
most
know,
to
make
get their
sure
job
that
done.
everybody's taken care
Penn
of, and
State was a heck
if
of
there
a
is an
football
emergency
team.
or something, it's nice to know that, you know, that there is
Texas
a pathway, you know, for people, and you're right there by the hospital, but, you know, but it's nice to know the degree of everybody and making sure that people get to their shifts, and, you know, and
I mean, because, you know, that's what, you know, that several businesses had to close down because of the roads and things like that, and we cannot shut down.
no, absolutely.
You know, and so even, you know, housekeeping laundry
oh,
made it in, so we could still get,
never ending.
you know, and laundry is never ending.
They are just
so
like God.
it's just
sent.
like,
I mean, anybody doing all that laundry, I mean,
yeah,
they
yeah.
need a hug.
yeah. So
I mean,
and housekeeping, you know, make sure trash is taken out, and God love them. Like
Oh.
the winter months are horrible with keeping up the floors in that building.
Oh,
okay,
Look,
because
but
of all the salt.
Tell me, well, think
all the
about
salt,
it home.
right?
How many times do you
Yeah.
have to? I mean, you cannot
Yeah.
keep your floor.
And
you
with
know.
the traffic coming in and out of that building and
Oh.
the salt that is being drug in,
Absolutely.
they can mop it, and 5 minutes later it looks like it hasn't
I
been
know.
touched.
Right.
And so they've been in there, you know, trying to win a losing battle
Sure.
some days,
Yeah.
and you know, activities has made it in, so the residents are still getting their activities, and you know, therapy still made it in, so residents
Aw.
that can get their rehab that they need, and it's just, you know, I reminded them last Sunday, we are essential workers, just like during COVID. The same thing goes for bad weather. We are still essential workers. We still have to get on these roads. We still have to make it to work, and take care of people.
Oh, absolutely.
So.
Well, and I just love that you're thriving that much. You know what I mean? That everybody, look at everybody. You talk about heart. You talk about in it for the right reason, and
Yes.
the heart
Yeah.
that you have there.
Yeah.
The hearts.
Yeah.
How wonderful.
And it's not been easy. Trust me, it's not been easy,
Well-
and it's been some hair-pulling moments of who can get this. You know, and there's been a couple staff we couldn't reach,
right.
and you know, if
Yeah.
we can't reach them, that's a whole different story.
Sure.
You know,
Right. No.
they can't get
yeah.
in. We can't reach them because we can't
Right.
drive the roads either with the 4x4s. And so, but we've made it through this week,
Well, that's
and
a
now we
blessing.
got more snow coming,
Yeah.
and so now there's going to be another weekend of nail biting and worrying, and Holly's probably going to get a few more gray hairs.
Well,
You know, trying
yeah.
to worry about making sure my staff get in there safely. So yeah.
The thing that we've been very blessed, I always like to bring the positive on that. We didn't have the wind knock down power lines or the ice on the power lines. What a blessing that we've had power, electricity.
Yes. Yes.
That's been a huge blessing, because that was even a concern a few days ago.
Yes.
And
yep, because that's one of the things that we prepared for. Also coming into this week was that the possibility of ice coming on with this storm, and what that could do to my staff's home. We have the generator at Salem Crossing, so our power is good with the generator, because it generates the entire building within a matter of seconds. If power goes out within 2 seconds, we got power back up. But then I worry about the staff. If they should lose their power in their homes, they're going to have to deal with that, and so that was a huge blessing that we did not get that ice that took out the power lines and all that. So
well, and I think we have to remember that everybody, your whole team, has family,
Yes.
Too. They're humans, even though
they're human too.
Even though they're angels on the earth, angels, and what they do, they are angels, but they do have families too, and you can't help but worry, especially if you're somewhere and your family's without electricity, and and it's crazy how much we take it for granted.
Because the easiest thing to worry about is how you're going to get there with the roads, right? Like that's the easiest thing to worry about. But then you take a step back and you're like, okay, do they need child care?
Sure.
Can they get their child to daycare?
Yeah.
Are the daycares open? Is their sitter going to be able to take care of them?
Yeah.
Then you got to worry about sitters, and then you got to worry about, or do they have elderly that they're taking care of at home also? Or do they have power go out? Do they have heat? Like, there's so many more things besides, are they just able to drive to work?
Yeah. Well, I think it's always nice to remind everyone on things like that. A lot of times we don't think always, you don't see the magic behind the curtain. Everything, everything just looks like it's all together, and there's a lot that goes involved in it. Yeah.
A lot.
Well, and this snow that that's supposed to be coming in, I think our host state is supposed to get it. We were more targeted the area, but I think this one will be the host state. So this should be a little more degree of difficulty, I guess.
Right.
I'm going to guess that the state crews are going to be a little bit more, all over. And of course, in our county, will be activated again in our city, and which have done a fantastic job.
Yes.
And we've talked with some of them. They've not been to bed. Some of them are just maybe just now getting to bed.
Right.
They've ran on very little, and we talked with Sean Ratz from Salem Record Service yesterday. He said he packs a ham sandwich, and I think he said he was like 138 people behind.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like I've that number has just been crazy in my head. And like, just pack your ham sandwich and go all day long. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Well, again, like Monday morning when I drove to work, I took it very slow. And I was like driving 20 miles an hour along the highway. And by the time I left work and drove home, the streets were just wet. I mean, that was the difference in morning to evening of what they had done to the roads.
Yeah.
And cleaning them up and getting them cleared out. And I was like, oh, goodness, thank you.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. And, and they're like, you're so appreciative. Like, if you've been gone, like you said, to work for a while, and then you go, and then on your way home, you see all the work that's been done. Very appreciative of it all. I just think it's just a lot for them to keep up with. And I think, I again want to just kind of go back over. I'm happy that we didn't have school, in the fact, not that we don't want school, and everybody wants to be back, because this has been the longest Christmas vacation.
Yes.
An extended Christmas vacation. So I think everybody in education and all around, I think everybody wants to get back into the routine. I think the children too are ready. I mean, they're ready to get back and see some of their friends. But I think the scariness and the degree of difficulty, I still think that to err, I think it's still very dangerous, some of the roads.
They are, because I know, again, the main roads are fine, but my one little side road that I have to travel to get home is not, and that's just one road.
Right.
No, when there's multiple.
Well, you go down north, like the Wheeler Holler and the Goat Holler and all of those. Some of them roads. I mean.
Yeah. Because I wouldn't want. Now, thankfully, like my daughter does online learning, so. She started back school Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
She started back school Wednesday because she does hers online all the time.
Right.
But I would not want her getting on a bus with the back roads they are
No.
right now.
It'd be sick.
Just my road
It'd be
alone, I
scary.
wouldn't want her getting on.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that completely. So, well, onward ho we go, and I appreciate you letting us know all the information and stuff in Salem Crossing. You guys, the whole team, we'll give a shout out to all of them, and
Thank you.
They
They
are,
deserve it.
They definitely do.
They
definitely
deserve
do. All right, we're on to the 10th day of January. Isn't that crazy? 10 days
is.
into 2025.
It is.
I love to
I
say
finally took my
2025.
Christmas tree down
Did
Wednesday.
you? Wednesday?
Wednesday I took my Christmas tree down.
Well, I've
did.
seen more people leaving their stuff up, and I thought I did go ahead and take mine down.
Mm-hmm.
But I had an opportunity, and I thought I better do it when I have an opportunity.
Right.
But I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with keeping it
I
up.
know.
And I thought, why not? The kids are home. Why not let
Yeah.
let everybody just enjoy it?
Well, and I almost turned mine into a Valentine's tree because I
That's
have
cute.
the like white frosted color tree, and then I use red ornaments and red ribbon. And I'm like, I could easily take the ornaments off
Mhm.
and go out and get some Valentine decorations to put on there, and I could easily make it a Valentine tree. But I was just like, no, because then I'd have to just worry about it another, then it'd become an Easter tree.
I was gonna say
Which
then
a
you
lot
go,
of people
you wouldn't
do the
stop.
holiday
Yeah, they do.
trees,
Absolutely.
and they're beautiful.
Yeah.
But I know myself, and I probably wouldn't be able to keep up with the holidays or the seasons timely.
You have to commit.
Yes,
It's a commitment.
it is a commitment. It is a commitment.
I don't know that I want to commit like
Right.
that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love that.
And the cats and the dogs, I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. Trying to
Right.
keep them off the bottom of the tree.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. We're done.
Yeah.
We're done.
We're done with this.
We've
Put
done
it
the
up.
things. Now it's time to go. Yeah.
Right.
I went home. All right. We're on to the 10th day of January. Today is Houseplant Appreciation Day.
I love plants.
I do too.
I don't necessarily have the greenest thumb. There's only a few plants that I can grow successfully without having any trouble at it. But I love plants.
Yeah, me too.
Love plants.
Well, I got these. My plants actually are doing pretty good, but I got this fern last year. It is actually about a year ago today, or this week, and it's a rabbit foot fern. Okay,
Mhm.
and it looks like it's a real pretty fern, and then on the actual the pot, it's got like big rabbit feet. It looks like big roots.
Oh.
No, they're really cool. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Some say it's scary. I say it's cool. You know what I mean?
If you love it, that's what matters.
Yeah, I love him, and he does, but he's not happy right now. And it's funny. I was talking to Lindsay over at Walmart, and we were talking. She said she has one too, and hers isn't happy. So I'm hoping that maybe we'll get happy again. I don't know
Yes.
if we need more sunlight. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know what we need, but he's telling me I'm not happy. But everything else is doing really good. Yeah. So
That's wonderful.
yeah. So I do love the plants. It's hard though when you do Christmas and you have like all of the Christmas stuff,
Mhm.
and then to deal with the plants.
Mhm.
So I did have to let some go. you
Well,
know.
and I think indoor plants are really good for your air too, because they help to clean
Yeah.
the air.
Yeah,
as
you know
well.
how I feel about toxins.
Right.
Yeah, when the snow is going and everything's all tight, closed up tight, and there's toxins.
Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. It helps clean the air,
Yes.
so they're good for you.
Very good.
Get the
very good.
toxins out
Keep
of the
those
air.
toxins. Yeah, I'm
That's
fighting
right.
toxins. Well, I think the ones that I let go I tried to. I don't like to let the plants die,
Mhm.
but there were some that I just knew I could not take care of. That
Mhm.
was not going to make it,
Mhm.
and would be a big mess.
Mhm.
So I had to do a ceremony of ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Aw.
Go back. Well, I thought they're going back into the land. They're going back into the world. I mean, into the dust.
I probably
right?
would have asked anybody if they wanted them.
Well, I don't know if anybody that would. I don't. They
Oh.
might have kicked. They might have kissed me at the time and then kicked me later whenever they had to do all the cleanup. You know what I
Gotcha.
mean? So I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah. So they went. Well, actually, what
Ashes
I
to
did.
ashes, dust to dust,
That's
like that.
That's what I had to do.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I told them you're free. Go
You're
go
free.
live. Go do your thing
Oh.
in Mother Earth. Well, the one though that I had this huge fern. It was beautiful. He was gorgeous. It was really hard for me to say, but I painted him for Christmas.
Mhm.
So he looked like a big Christmas fern out there.
Oh wow.
So I felt like Christopher the Christmas tree. Remember whenever he
Yes.
was cut down?
Yes.
But then he became like this beautiful.
Beautiful tree.
Yeah. So I thought you're doing your thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I look at him now. He's still there. But yeah, I don't think he'll make it. I mean, he's not. I mean, ferns don't make it. In this area. But anyway, so I mean, not outside. You know what I mean? Unless you're a
Wood fern.
wilderness or the outdoor fern. Yeah. But he's not. he's not.
He's not that kind of.
No, he's not that kind of fur. But he was a big boy. Yeah.
Oh.
He did me really well though. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
stayed with me all summer, so.
That's wonderful.
We sang in the sunshine. We danced every day. Yeah. So anyway, and then he went on his way. But anyway, so the house plants, yes. So National House Plant Appreciation Day. I do want to say, it's all over Walmart. They've got their house plants in. So if you need some house plants, there you go. Yeah.
I need a big. I need a larger container, a larger pot, because I have an aloe at work in my office.
Oh yeah.
And it has outgrown the pot.
Aren't they wonderful?
And it's starting to hurt the plant though, because it's so root bound or whatever it is. So I have to get a bigger pot to try to save him before I lose him.
Now I have like a huge aloe. I'm talking almost like 2 foot, 3 foot. It's huge.
Wow.
Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah.
And now he gets baby.
Yes.
He might be the star of the show. There might be a little bit of favorite there, you know. Do you need a drink of water?
Oh.
Yeah. So they'll get huge.
Yeah.
So you need just keep planting them and replanting them, and they'll get
So hopefully this weekend I'll get me a bigger pot and try to get him replanted.
Yeah.
Before I lose him.
Yeah, you won't lose them. They're tough. They are so tough.
Well, you say that.
No, you're
but
fine.
As I've told you
got it.
before, me and plants, there's only certain ones I can grow, and everybody's like, "Oh, get a cactus, get a succulent." Yeah. Well, that's not me.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
It didn't go good.
I can grow philodendrons really, really well.
Yeah.
I have probably 2 cactus or succulents right now that I'm babying, and they're surviving right now. But philodendron is the only one that I have success with usually all the time. So, yeah. So my office is very viney right now because I'll snip them and I'll restart them.
Yeah, that's what.
And so I have them all over the place
Love
on
that.
my back wall.
The spider plant's really good too, and it's good at cleaning
Several
out.
inches of snow.
It's
unless you're
Network Indiana. I'm
It's good for the
Ryan
toxins
Hendricks.
though. If you
Snow
can
will
do a
start
spider
falling
plant,
around the state in a couple of hours.
They really do.
Is
They
the
do. They're supposed to
forecaster
clean
at the
the air
National
really well.
Weather
So I
Service.
definitely
I've tried.
Continues with some of the heavier
I
rates
wasn't
of snow
successful.
falling
Okay,
during
well,
the
keep
midday
trying.
afternoon.
Try again.
Unfortunately,
Okay,
that's
at
gonna
first you gotta
coincide with
succeed, right?
the
That's
evening
right.
rush hour and make
Yeah.
things more
Maybe it was
challenging
him.
for those
Maybe it was
folks
him. Maybe it
trying to
wasn't
get
you.
home.
Maybe.
Maybe
And
so.
Ryan
Maybe.
says the snow will
Well, House
continue
Plant
until
Appreciation
about
Day,
midnight, with
National
snow and freezing
Bittersweet
rain
Chocolate
from
Day.
the
Like bittersweet
forecast
chocolate?
on Sunday. He's
Sometimes,
accused
yeah.
of
What kind of
lying under
recipes
oath.
do you use
Kurt
with that?
Darling reports
What would
that's
you?
why
Because
a
you're the baker.
police chief
I
in
would probably
northern
still use
Indiana
chocolate
has
chip cookies.
resigned.
The
Now,
bittersweet
former
chips.
Delphi police
You get
chief
the sweet
Nathan
and bitter.
Lamar pulled a man over
But
in
my
late
daughter, her
2024.
favorite chocolate is
That man was later
dark.
arrested for meth possession
The
after
chocolates are
Lamar
more bitter
found the
and
drugs
stuff.
in the man's
They're supposed to
car.
be healthier.
However, that
They are.
search was
Yeah.
conducted without a
Higher
warrant,
cocoa
which
content,
was
the
needed since there was
better
no
they're supposed
established
to be for
probable
you.
cause.
That's
The
good that
judge
she liked that.
overseeing
Yes.
the bench trial
I'm
said
working
Lamar
on that.
was then
I'm,
dishonest
you know, I mean,
and
I
misleading
love
in
the
his
good creamy
testimony
milk
while
chocolate.
under
I
oath
like the
about
milk
search
chocolate
and found
or
the
the
accused man
white
not
chocolate, which
guilty.
isn't really a
Kurt
chocolate. Some
Darling,
people's
Network
versions,
Indiana.
but
There was
yeah,
a hearing
those are
this
mine
week
too.
to
That's like
begin
chili.
work on a bill
That's
that
like
would
white chili,
restrict
you know,
access
the
to social
chicken,
media
you know,
for
the white
kids
chili
under
or the red
15 in
chili.
the
Which I
Hoosier
have
state.
a
The
lot
bill
of chocolate
introduced
chips
by
or a
State
lot of
Senator
just
Mike
chips that I need
Bahacek,
to
a
use up
Republican,
that I
says
didn't use
the
for
data
Christmas
shows
time.
that the leading
So
cause of
I'll
teenage
probably be
suicide
making
in the
chocolate
country
chip cookies
today
this weekend.
is
Yeah.
social
Yeah.
media
Just
and
let
its
me know.
abuse.
I'll
And they
The
Rice
Fighting
Krispie
Irish
treat
of
because I
Notre
had a
Dame
ton of
will look to
marshmallows
earn its
left
first
over
national
from the
title
holidays.
since
Because I mean, I did a hot
1988
cocoa bar or something like
after
that,
they
so I had a lot of
advanced and beat
marshmallows
Penn
left
State
over
in
from
the
the
Orange Bowl
holidays.
Thursday.
And
Len
so
Clark.
The Notre Dame
last Sunday
defense
I
was
made
tested
2
by the Penn
batches of
State
Rice
run
Krispie
game, but
treats.
according to linebacker
One,
Jack Kaiser,
which
it
was
was
more
the
the
Notre
home
Dame
style,
grit
which I
that
took
helped
some
them
of the
step
extra
up.
Just
marshmallows
goes
and
to
put
show
in
the
after the
resolve,
batter,
the
or
maturity,
after the batch, so it had
the
like
grit
little
in this
marshmallows
defense,
in it.
and
And
you know,
then
when you
one
play
batch
for
I
one
did
another,
peanut butter.
and, you know, stuff
Oh
like
my
that can
goodness,
happen.
the peanut
Notre
butter
Dame will
Rice
meet the
Krispie
winner of
treats.
Ohio State,
are my
Texas
favorite.
in the
So
national
do you go ahead?
championship
Wait,
game
hold on.
in
Hello.
Atlanta.
That's a whole
Len
nother
Clark,
degree of
Network
difficulty here
Indiana.
over here for
This
me.
is Network
So you put the
Indiana.
peanut butter with you put the marshmallows in, you put the peanut
The
butter.
diagnosis
So
of
with the
Alzheimer's
peanut
can
butter,
make it a
when you're
struggle to
melting the
communicate
butter,
with loved ones. This is
in the
Tina
very
McIntosh,
beginning, I
president
melt
of
the
Joy's
peanut
House
butter
and
with the
co-host
butter,
of the Caregiver
and
Crossing
then add
radio
the
program.
marshmallows and
In a
melt the
moment, I've got a
marshmallows,
tip which
and then
often
you add
helps
your Rice
that will
Krispie
be
treats,
music to
whatever.
your ears. Don't
But
go away.
for the
Cardon and Associates offers the finest
the
senior living
home
options
style, I
tailored
call
to
it,
your
for the
loved
home
one's
style
needs.
ones,
Reservations
you
are
do
now
your
being
butter
accepted
and
for
your
new
marshmallows,
apartments
melt
at
them all
Copper Trace
together,
in Westfield.
you know,
Visit
and then add your Rice
cardon.com.
Krispie treats,
A
and then I
growing number
added
of studies show
another
the power of
like 2
music's role in
handfuls,
those
3
living with
handfuls
Alzheimer's.
of
The next time
the
a loved
miniature
one seems to
marshmallows
be
without
tuned
being
out,
melted
gently
and
place
stirred it
headphones on
in.
them or simply
So you
turn
had
on
the
one of their their favorite
marshmallows
songs.
throughout.
Watch their
Oh, I
eyes
bet
light
that was
up,
really
and
good.
don't
It
be
was.
surprised if they sing
It
along
was,
or
but the
start
peanut
chatting
butters were
about
my
the tune.
favorite.
Yeah.
More tips like
They were
this are
yummy.
available
Sounds
anytime
delicious,
at
yeah.
caregivercrossинgradio.org. With new weekly
All right,
content created by
National
Joyce
Cut Your
House and
Energy
distributed
Cost
in
Day.
partnership with Network Indiana. We're an on-air
Oh,
and
do we
online
really need to
support
talk about
network
that
for families.
today?
Gosh.
Your conversations
Like
with
I got
experts,
my
access the
energy
library of
bill
online
Yeah.
this
education,
week, and I
more
wanted to
at
swallow my tongue.
caregivercrossingradio.org.
I know.
Like it was insane.
I know.
Insane.
Nobody's liking that. I know. But we have to do what we have to do. I mean, you know what I mean?
I feel like I have an energy leak.
It's
when I
leaking.
seen that bill,
It's
I'm like,
leaking.
this
It's
cannot be
leaking.
right.
So
I'm like, turn all the lights off, turn the heat off. We don't need it
Well,
right now.
now that's a little bit. That's my pet peeve. Like turning off the lights in the other room. You know what I mean? It's so
Yes.
funny. I'm like, I used to have this talk with the girls. Okay, they're pirates. They're trying to take all of your money. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And I said, so you have to turn the lights off when you leave a room, you know what I mean? Because you don't want to give the pirates any extra money. Well, I was trying to make it fun so that they, this was when they were younger, you know what I mean? Make sure you turn off the lights, you know what I mean? So I wonder, like, as adults, if they really think there's pirates out there that's after they pay their electric bill, they know there's pirates. Yeah. But that's my big thing, is once you leave the room, please turn the light off.
You're
I
not
know.
using it, turn the lights off.
I know.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
I think mine is probably just because, I lost my central heating and air last year. And so I'm just, for air conditioning, I'm running off window units and portable units.
Oh.
And same thing for the heating. I'm running off of portable units and heaters. So
Yeah,
that's probably draining my.
I bet it is. Yeah, that'll get you.
Yeah.
That'll get you.
But,
Well, you
it
gotta
is
do what you gotta
it
do.
is.
I know.
It
I
is
know.
what it is.
Yeah, it is. So, yeah, we're not complaining. We're just explaining.
Just explaining.
Yes.
Just explaining.
So, so you have to tell the dogs you can only go out twice a day, okay? Because we're not going to open this door any more than what we have to.
That's right.
You know? Everybody must make cuts. Okay, everybody we're in this together.
We're going to drop that temperature in the house by about another 5 degrees.
Honey, go put on no sweatshirt.
No 70. We're going to 65 now.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. I
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's
the
fine.
penguins walking by, but that's okay.
That's fine.
We're saving
It's
money
okay.
here.
Put an extra layer of clothes on in the house. We're fine.
That's what
We're fine.
Also National Oyster Rockefeller Day.
No,
You
thank you.
I can't.
Mm-mm.
I like, now, again, I think I've said this before, I like oyster. My dad and mom used to make oyster soup,
Mhm.
and I do love that, but I like not necessarily the oyster, I like the broth. It was a real creamy broth. They would make like butter and milk. I mean,
I don't want any of it.
I love
But
that.
I'm not a big seafood person. Like the only, and I have some in my family that will eat whatever type of seafood fish you throw in front of them. They love it. Not me.
Mhm.
Like I'm very specific. It's got to be like a white fish that doesn't taste like fish for me
Yeah.
to eat it.
Right,
you know.
right, yeah.
The rest of it, no, thank you. An occasional fried clam if they're small pieces, but not the big pieces,
Don't be.
No, because they can't be too chewy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So more
If
crunchy, crispy.
If I've had it in my mouth for that long,
Then it's too much.
Yeah, we got too much
Yep.
chewiness.
Mhm.
This is also Particular People Day. Particular People
Well,
Day.
I think I can be particular sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't we all?
If you ask
I
my
mean, do you
staff,
think-
they're
do you
like,
think-
"Yep."
Yep. Yeah, but that's where. Yeah, but that's where your excellence comes in. to play.
Accountability.
Yeah. Oh,
know.
I love that. Yeah.
Accountability.
Yeah, I agree. Save the Eagles Day. Right.
Oh yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah. I love that we have actually done so much better in that.
Mhm.
That in our community you'll see eagles. And I love that.
I remember growing up, you never seen eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't remember seeing eagles growing up.
Right.
And they become endangered or whatever, and it's like, and now the fact that we have so many in our area just is wonderful.
I agree.
Love seeing the bald
Love 'em,
eagles.
love 'em.
Love it.
And another kind of eagles, I went out to Vegas at the at the orb and saw the eagles, which was fantastic. Or the spear, is it spear or orb? Anyway, the big bubble round. It was so
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, it was beautiful.
Well, when I took a trip to Alaska, I seen a golden eagle.
Oh no, that'd be beautiful.
Yes.
What was it doing?
I didn't even know there was
What was
golden
it doing?
eagles
I don't know.
flying
Oh,
when I seen it. Yeah, it was beautiful.
beautiful.
It was. I love seeing when you go to different parts of our country, which we have a beautiful country.
Uh-huh.
Okay, America is beautiful, and I love going to the different states to see the different animals and the different landscapes and things, because every state has its own natural beauty.
Yeah.
Like even going to, like when I went to the Badlands, you know, and you got to see the different rock structures and the different animals that are up there. I just love the different animals and structures.
And if you study eagles, like if you've done any, like reading about them, I can't remember, but they're really cool. Like the way they don't soar, like they don't mess with the like the buzzards and all that. Like they don't, you know, what I mean, they soar above all that. I mean, like it's really cool. I can't remember how it goes, but like they're really unique. I mean, they're very. I'm so happy that you know, that we have the bald eagles. You know what I mean? Because I think they're really classy, if you will. You know what I mean? I know they.
And I love their huge nests.
Yeah. I know they're pretty pretty aggressive when they're feeding their little ones, you know, with animals. But who isn't, right?
Right.
Have we not all been at the grocery store getting aggressive?
Right. Yes. You got to make sure your children are fed.
Fed, exactly. So yeah. All right. So National Save the Eagles Day. Absolutely. All right. Today is also, and Holly, I don't believe in this, Quitter's Day.
Don't quit.
Don't quit. Keep it going.
Keep it going.
Keep it going.
Never give up.
Never
give up. You know, and I try to teach. I've tried to teach my children, and I try to teach my employees at work. We do not learn through our successes. We learn through our failures. And if you fail and you give up, then you're not going to learn anything. Right. You know, we learn through the hard times.
Right. So. Well, here are some times that it might actually make sense to ditch the resolutions. Okay, this is also for those. Did you make a New Year's resolution?
I have goals. I have
that's right. I remember.
Goals. I have 25 goals.
Figure up. I have goals. That's right.
Goals.
I love that. That's like a huge going to give a speech. I have goals.
I have goals.
That's right. I do remember that. What is wrong with me? I knew that. I knew. Yeah. Well, the Quitter's Day is always the second Friday in January. It's when people are most likely to throw in the towel. We knew this was coming. I couldn't remember what day.
We knew it.
Yeah, I didn't remember what day. Most likely to throw in the towel on their New Year's resolutions. But here are 3 times when it might actually make sense to give up your goal, or at least
if they're too unrealistic.
Yes. Well, yeah, that'd be number one, right? Or reassess them. You know.
Yes.
Well, and I think that's something too. Like you're talking about goals. I think that's great, and I think I kind of do more of that. You know, kind of just figure out how it kind of. But you're not setting yourself up for failure.
Exactly.
And you're realistic, and we talk about. Or I've said this all the time. Just because, like, let's say that you're going to make a huge, you know, change. Maybe you're not ready to do that. Just because January the 1st hits doesn't mean that you're ready. Until you're ready to change, you're not going to change. You know, in every avenue. So I think
that's why I don't look until December 31st to see what goals I've accomplished, because I've given myself all year to reach my goals.
Yeah, that's very good. Yeah. Well, okay. So here's Happy Quitter's Day, second Friday in January. Okay, so here we are. When you're so this would be actually times that maybe it might make sense to give up your goal. Okay, when you're motivated by the wrong reasons. Sometimes you pursue a goal just to prove to other people and prove them wrong, or soothe out their fear of your fear of failure. But when a goal doesn't align with your core values and needs, it's hard to stay motivated.
I'd agree with that.
I agree. Yeah.
Well, and you shouldn't be doing something just to prove somebody else wrong.
No.
You should not be doing that.
Right.
Like, do it for the right reasons.
Right.
Which is going to be your core values and why you're wanting to do it.
Right. Okay, number 2, when your goal no longer resonates with you, maybe like climbing the corporate ladder was important to you in the 20s and the 30s, but in the 40s you found that spending more time with your family is what actually matters.
100% agree with that.
Right?
100%, because I remember my 20s and 30s, you know, in my 20s and 30s and even the beginning of my 40s, you know, it was nothing for me to pull 12, 16-hour days at work or bring my work home and do it till 2 in the morning at home. You know, it was nothing for me to do that. And now I try to really find that work-life balance because it is important for me to have that quality time with my family or for myself.
Sure.
You know, because if you don't take care of yourself, nobody else is going to take care of you for you.
Right.
So I like to. I'm now more of work-life balance. You
Love
know,
that. Yeah.
than push, because I don't have the goals to climb anything anymore.
Right. Right.
You know, as far
Yeah.
as career goes, I'm happy with where I'm at, and I have no desire to go further on that career path. I
Yeah.
could, you know, I could, and some people do, but
Yeah, you
I
could.
don't. I'm where I want to be, and time with family is more important to me.
Right.
than-
So
that's where, you know, that's where I'm at. And I mean, plus you got to understand too, I'm in the fall of my career. You know, we're back in my 20s. I was more in the spring of my career,
Yeah.
and I'm not as young anymore.
Mhm.
And so now I have to look towards more of making, instead of climbing a ladder and doing all that, I have to look at setting myself up for success for retirement. Right? That's kind of where I'm at, is to make sure I have what I need when it becomes that time for me to retire.
Right.
So I've had to change my glasses
Yeah.
to look at
right,
things a little
right,
differently.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Well, in that case, we were talking about like if you kind of changed that corporate climbing ladder or whatever. In that case, scoring a promotion at work wouldn't necessarily be a great goal to pursue, even if it does have its benefits. Kind of what you were just saying. Yeah. So that was the second part of that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Number 3, if reaching for your goal has exhausted your resources or capacity or sustained effort, is it pursuing our goals can also lead to burnout.
Lead to burnout, or lead to, depending on what your goal is, it could lead to financial devastation.
Right. By learning
You know.
to let go of resolutions that feel exhausting or impossible, you free up space to set more realistic and achievable goals.
Mhm.
Just like we were talking about, like not giving yourself grace.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And not.
Yep.
Yeah, and making them unrealistic. You know.
Need to be realistic with them.
Right. And I think that I think a couple things too on that is when you make them more realistic than doable,
Mhm.
then you'll feel better. And I think that's something that.
You know, just like my coffee. Okay.
All right. Let's talk coffee. All right.
When I started my my personal journey a year ago of what I wanted to accomplish, I drank coffee flavored cream and sugar when I'd make my coffee.
I do remember that.
My coffee would literally be half full of cream and sugar.
Right.
And then I'd fill it up with coffee. Okay.
Yeah.
So I can't give up the sugar. I have tried to give up the sugar. I was drinking black for a while, and I couldn't give it up completely. So now I do 1 tablespoon or teaspoon of sugar. So I'm not giving it up completely, but I'm not doing a half a glass of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've veered and I've changed from not being, because it was unrealistic for me to be like, no sugar.
Yeah.
For me.
Right.
For me.
Yeah.
It was unrealistic. So that's an adjustment that I made. I changed my goal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so now I do 1 scoop.
Yeah.
You know, 1 packet, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So that way I'm getting a little bit of the sweet, and I feel like, okay, I'm
Yeah,
good.
I'm
I'm
good.
good. But literally, I was drinking coffee flavored.
I do remember
cream and
that.
sugar.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Like, it was so sweet and syrupy. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was
A piece
ridiculous.
of cake in your cup.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Well, and those little, like, just like that, that's realistic, and
Mhm.
it came at a time when you chose to do it,
Mhm.
not because of the calendar. That's what I feel like. Just because the calendar turns,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that you can just all of a sudden going to conquer, this mountain, you know what I mean? Whenever, it takes time, to
It
do.
does.
Yeah.
Everything takes time. Nothing's going to happen overnight. And,
It didn't come overnight.
unfortunately, we as a society have changed into being instant gratification people.
Oh, absolutely.
Like meals, right? Back 40 years ago or whatever, you went home and you cooked your meal, and supper may be an hour or 2 from the time you got home, right? Now, it's like, if we can't get it right now,
Yeah.
right now,
Mm-hmm.
that's for anything though. Televisions used to have a television repair person that if the bulb or whatever blew in the TV, you called your TV repair person, and you may have had to wait for them to come out, which meant you didn't have TV to watch for a while until they changed the bulb or whatever it was wrong with your TV. And now the TV goes out, and they're like, no, I'm not waiting. And they're right back out to the store buying another disposable TV.
Right.
Everything has become so disposable instead of let's fix and repair what we have.
Oh, I agree.
Nobody wants to wait on repairs. They just want to.
No.
And I'm the same way. I'm preaching to my own choir about this, because we're like instant gratification. We want it right now.
Yeah.
And when you're setting those resolutions, you may want it right now, but it's not going to come right now.
Yeah.
You have to put in the work and the effort and the time to make things happen. And, that doesn't come with instant gratification.
I agree. No, I mean, if everything you're saying, absolutely. Everything's like supposed to be fast, quickly, hurry, and
we're too fast paced.
Yeah, for sure. They're having the big out in Vegas. They're having the big technology convention, and they've rolled out this woman robot. She's a female robot. She's very pretty, and like if you see her talk, it's crazy how realistic she looks. And they were talking about it. They said, will she clean a house? And listen to this.
Jetsons.
I know, Rosie.
Rosie.
Well, they asked, will she clean the house? They said, no, we did not. Hang on, now listen to this. They didn't design her to do that. They said, no, she doesn't. She's not programmed to do that. And she's more programmed to be like a friend. Like, yes. Like a,
couldn't we have a friend that cleans the house?
I know. Yeah, we can be friends and clean, yeah. But no, she's more designed to be a companion.
A companion.
Yeah, and like they said that or they even used the term a girlfriend. And I'm, okay, I know. Holly, I'm like, what in the world? You know what I mean? You had you had it at your fingertips where you could have made her clean.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
That would have been God sent His Son, right?
Yes.
Would that not have been the heavens?
Inside and outside.
Skies would have opened up the sun.
Yes.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Go mow the grass.
Oh.
Do the weed eating.
Oh,
pull the weeds.
She's very pretty. I don't know that she's not going to be doing that. No,
Cook
they didn't.
The supper,
they didn't
clean
design
the
her
house,
to do that.
Make
They designed
the
her to
beds.
be a companion, and so.
No.
I know.
What are people thinking?
I don't know. I know.
And that just
they obviously are not doing their own laundry, cleaning, and all of that, right?
Right. So if you're alone in a house.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm alone.
I didn't see how much she cost. Well, of course they haven't. She's just the
prototype.
Yeah, she's not actually. They've not got her out yet. So, but she's very.
And
pretty.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having a companion if you're living by yourself
a
and you're
robot
lonely.
Companion.
A robot companion, and you're living by yourself.
Not saying that we're going to judge you in any shape or form. We might have to look twice just to see her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you could have a companion who also assists you in taking care of your home.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I would have gone with the cleaning the house and doing.
Well, I wonder,
laundry
when you actually go to this convention, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are talking, having conversations. So maybe someone will put the bug in their ear. Let's not only can she be a companion and a girlfriend or whatever, but can she clean?
Right.
Yes. Does she do floors?
Right.
Does she do windows?
Because otherwise she's.
What about folding laundry?
Otherwise she's just going to be talking to you while you do all of it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So I saw that. I didn't know. Yeah. So it's always fun though to see what they roll out. What comes out, and it's amazing. The things that they come up with. But she looked. I mean, like she blinks. I mean, she looks real. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Like even like her movements, like her head movements and stuff. I mean, at first I thought, is this real? You know what I mean? But no, she's. Yeah.
It makes you. Think about the clones.
Yeah.
Right? The clone
We're going down some rabbit holes here.
That's
Holly.
a big rabbit hole. That clone theory is a big rabbit hole. But because I've seen them like the mask that people can put on their face looks realistic.
Oh, yeah. Well, and then use AI and you got your voice. AI is like yeah.
Okay, we're not gonna go down that rabbit hole today. That's a different day.
No, I'm just, yeah. But anyway.
People may not like my conspiracy theory rabbit holes.
It's fun to hear, not fun. I mean, it's interesting to hear what different folks think, you know what I mean? And what they feel,
Because how long have they been doing this for, really? Like, they just now released the prototype.
Yeah.
But how long?
They say if you watch The Simpsons, which you'll see a lot of the Simpsons will unveil a lot of
See,
stuff.
I said I wasn't going down this rabbit hole.
I'm
Not going to. Nope. Nope, nope, nope.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm only just telling it. I'm not saying one way or the other. You know what I mean?
Just go do your own rabbit hole conspiracy theory research, okay?
Yeah, do your own,
See what you come up with.
Yeah. There's all kinds of different,
All
get all
kinds of different
stuff.
things.
Yeah, you got to figure out what you feel.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I don't personally watch The Simpsons, okay? But I
I
personally,
don't either, but
I don't have time to, honestly. You know what I mean? But I see a
But
lot
I
of
see the predictions.
Yes, I do too.
You know,
the clips and stuff that they,
and they're pretty accurate
I
sometimes.
know, that's what they say. They say they're on point there.
Yes.
So I don't know.
Yes.
All right. Meanwhile, back at the ranch here. Let's go back, okay? So that's something I'm only reporting. I didn't, you know what I mean? Did I get to Vegas to go see this convention? No, but I have seen like some of the different things that that have come out of it. You know what I mean? And that was to me very interesting. Somebody's really worked hard on that. Yeah. All right. Also, Friday today is the best day of the week to order pizza.
And guess who has a pizza today? Pizza buffet today.
Pizza.
One of our wonderful Mama Roses.
Yes.
Which we love.
Yes. Okay, well, they've actually, this is a pizza report. Why do they not call us, Holly? I'm very capable. I mean, I know they need experts, and I know that I'm a pizza expert, okay? I really feel like this is like, I could really...
I'd like to be a pizza taster.
Have you ever seen Barb Keltner? Did you ever see that Saturday Night Live? Oh my goodness.
I don't think so.
Oh my goodness. I actually saw it live. This has been years ago. And so I couldn't tell the girls because I was the only one watching it. And so I was trying to explain it to them. I was like, oh, this is the funniest. Well, finally I found it. And we have just laughed, and this has been years ago, but like, and then they took it off for a while, and I think it's back. But anyway, it's so funny, but she wants to be a pizza eater, you know what I mean? Because she said, and she has this book that says "Do what you love," and I love pizza, so I'm, so yeah, it's really cute. Yeah, it's really funny. And
I watched like it's funny that we're talking about pizza because over the past 2 days, some of the little shows that I've been watching have been on making your own pizza crust, your own pizza dough, and they made a pizza dough out of sourdough discard. Was one pizza dough that they made out of sourdough discard. And another one they just made like a regular yeast pizza dough or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I need to try that.
Now, I have a daughter that she has, I don't know, it's something, a mixture, and she just dips in it and she puts it in a skillet and makes pizzas. And, I mean, everybody goes crazy over them. Yeah, it's like, it's really, I don't know what kind of farmhouse mixture it is. There's some kind of farmhouse mixture. I don't know what it is. But she just takes like a spoon and dips and puts it in the skillet and.
Interesting. Well, the sourdough, because I love sourdough bread, right? Yeah. And I tried last year to make a sourdough starter without success. I failed.
Maybe it's a starter like that.
I failed somehow with the sourdough, and so I need to either try to make me a new sourdough starter, which can take like up to 10 days to get it going. You have to feed it and baby it every day, and you have to name it. And maybe I didn't. Maybe it's because I didn't name it last year. Maybe that's why it failed.
What are we calling this? Winter. What is this called? Winter Gata, or what are they calling this? I can't think. What they're calling this time right now?
I don't know.
I can't think. It's Blair is the actual name of the storm that we had.
Really?
Yeah. So I said I wonder in 9 months how many babies will be named Blair.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if anybody's got a good sourdough starter out there,
okay, I think I could probably hook you up. I think
wonderful.
It's like that. It might. I don't know if it's
there's
sourdough.
There's friendship breads and then there's sourdough bread starters. They're two different things.
I did that friendship bread years ago, and I'll tell you right now, that stuff's addictive, and that stuff is so good.
Yeah.
That is crazy good. Yeah. I had to stop. I was like, I gotta.
Well, the lady who was making the sourdough discard pizza dough thing or whatever the other day, her sourdough starter is 32 years old.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
And she calls it Sweet Caroline.
Oh, that's
Sweet
cute.
Caroline is her 32-year-old sourdough starter.
Look how faithful Sweet Caroline has been.
So, yeah.
I mean, right?
32 years old.
That's cool.
Because she just, they keep it in the fridge when they're not going to be baking with her or whatever, so it just stays in the fridge.
Yeah.
And then
I
when you
bet
want to
that's
make
what
bread,
she
you,
was-
you get it out and you feed it and you do all the things with
Yeah.
it. But
I wanted to I meant to ask, and we got talking and everything, and I was just amazed. I was watching her dipping it out, and it was from a starter starter, and then I squirrel one of the boys did something, I don't know, you know what I mean, something happened, a crash, boom, or something, I don't know. No blood, but definitely sound.
Yeah.
Definitely. Anyway, I don't know, something. So I didn't get to ask, but I bet that's what it is. I bet it's a starter. Yeah, it's a starter thing. I bet it is. But anyway, everybody went crazy over it, so it's delicious. But,
Yum.
so today is Friday. The best day to have pizza is Friday. It looks 43% said that. 23% said Saturday. And Wednesday is a distant third with 11% of the vote. Here are a few quick stats. Okay. First of all, there are so many different kinds of pizza. Okay.
Oh, yes.
So I don't feel like I could eat pizza on Friday, I could eat pizza on Saturday, and I could eat pizza on Wednesday, and I wouldn't be mad.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to throw a Tuesday and a Thursday in there, I'm not even, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not mad about it because there's like so many variety of pizzas, right? So they claim that they've settled the debate on the right way to eat pizza. Do you fold it or not to fold it? What do you do?
I don't fold it.
Okay. All right. Do you eat it with a fork?
So I might start out, like if it's piping hot, I might start out with the first few bites, like the very tip of it, with a fork because it's too hot for me to handle yet.
Yeah.
But once it cools off enough, then I ditch the fork.
Okay. Well, okay. I will say on mine before I find out what's right, what they say. At New York, like you get these huge pieces.
Yes, those
Okay.
probably have to be folded.
I did fold that.
Yeah.
And that was because, and also I wanted to do that because that was like the New York
the thing to do.
I wanted to win in Rome, right? Or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. So I did fold it. It was delicious. It was so good. Yeah. We brought a pizza back. It didn't make it. It didn't even make it like out of the state.
That's one of my favorite things to do when I travel. Is we always find the local pizza place. And we try the local pizza. Like that's our thing to do when we travel.
Yeah. Well, we thought we'll bring a pizza back because we were driving straight through. So I thought I'll bring a pizza back for the girls.
Yeah.
They didn't make it. It didn't make it. We ate it. We ate that pizza. Yeah.
Nothing
so
wrong with that.
threw the box away and never talked about it.
It's fine.
They had no clue. Yeah. I wasn't even mad. I did not even feel guilty at all. It was so good. Okay, well, here's the winner. Here's what you're supposed to do, okay? The winner with almost half of the vote is no fold. Just start in, tip first. 44% said they use a fork. If you're using a fork, it's a food crime.
Well, I have a food crime for at least the first 3 bites. Okay, sorry. Because
Okay,
I
I
can't
committed.
wait.
Okay, a food crime. I don't think it's a food crime. I'm with you, Holly, on that.
'Cause
Especially
it's
if it's like if it's a
too
thicker pizza,
hot.
and especially if it's thick. Like
Mhm.
if it's a thick pizza, I don't see anything wrong with that at all.
No.
And especially, and also if you're like in public and you're trying to be halfway, you know what I mean? Because when you pick up a big piece of pizza, like sometimes it goes everywhere, you know.
Well, and it's, again, like, because I like the extra cheese and extra sauce on mine. So if you're taking that first bite and it's piping hot, and you take that first bite, a lot of times a lot of the cheese will pull off with it.
Yeah.
And so then you have that gooey gobby steamy cheese that's going to like burn your chin as
Yeah,
it,
it is.
you know.
Yeah,
mm-mm,
yeah,
no.
it is. Yeah, it is. Right. Well, I think the thing that it's funny though how many. I think we all start with that tip.
Mhm.
But you know, okay, remember on like, okay, let's go back to rabbits. Whenever like Easter, whenever the chocolate bunnies. Remember, everybody majority we figured out eats the ears
Starts
first.
with the ears.
Yeah. So I think I don't know anybody that starts with the crust. I've never seen
No.
anybody start with the crust first. So I don't
Well,
think
because
that's
I like ending with the crust too, because you can dip it in whatever sauces you want. And I really love the crust that has the garlic butter parmesan sprinkling on it,
Get it, girl.
because then it is like more of a garlic bread
Yeah.
to dip in your garlic butter or your marinara sauce or whatever. So it's an all-in-one. You got the pizza with the gooey cheese and sauces and toppings, and then you have your breadstick at the end.
Oh, this is cool. Okay, so they said that no one did start. Okay, like everyone started with the tip until the crust. What am I trying to say? The stuffed crust. When the stuffed crust debuted, actually back in 1995, Donald Trump even did an ad for it.
Oh.
The stuffed crust. So
But you know the stuff.
No,
I don't care for the stuffed crust.
No, see, I do, and I'm so bad because like I could just eat the stuff. I just want the
You just want the
crust, And so, I mean, it's so, yeah, don't even get me started with that stuff. That's like,
Right.
yeah, that's so dangerous for me.
Yes.
But anyway, that's when people would have started with not the tip, that was started with the crust, with the stuffed crust, which
Right.
I'm that person.
But then what
I
do
am
you
that
hold
person.
on to the rest of the pizza with to eat the rest of the pizza?
Well, I'll
Because
just
then your
go,
hands won't get all greasy.
I'm such a brat, okay? I will,
That's when the fork comes in.
I go through and just take the crust off. Isn't it bad? You know what I mean? I know. I know.
Oh my goodness.
I know. Bad. I'm so ashamed. I know. I'm so ashamed. Okay. I've really worked on myself. I've tried not to do that too much. Okay, but yes, a third of Americans expect to eat more pizza than last year. Yes. Kansas eats the most pizza. Kansas.
Really?
I love Kansas.
See, I would always think New York or Chicago just because I don't know.
I know. Followed by the Dakotas.
Yeah.
West Virginia and Wisconsin. Oh, because of the cheese.
The cheese.
The cheese. Yeah.
Wisconsin has the best cheese.
Ooh, 57% of us like cold pizza the next day. No need to heat it up.
I do not.
I can do pizza anytime. I don't care. Number 4, thin crust is the most popular type, and stuffed crust is next, then hand tossed.
So probably the thin crust is my favorite. I like a crunchy thin crust.
Yes.
And then hand tossed would be my second favorite, and then like a pan crust would be third. Stuffed crust again is going to be my least favorite probably.
Well, I do like I like all of them. I like every one of them, and I do love the thin crust. I'm with you on that. Yeah, and I usually kind of go that route. You know.
What do you want for your toppings?
Oh, I don't really. I'm such an easy person. I don't care.
Do you do the pineapple?
I do. Yeah.
Do you?
Do
Not
you?
me. No.
Oh.
No.
Pineapple does it not belong on
No.
pizza? You don't.
My favorite pizza is pepperoni and green olives with, again, extra sauce, extra cheese on it. My second favorite would just be a good cheese pizza. Yep.
Yeah, that's my group. My family's we're big. Well, the little ones are all cheese pizza. You know what I mean? Can't go wrong with that. So I do eat cheese pizza a lot, but I like the veggies. I like the mushrooms and all of that. And the
green
peppers,
onions,
yes. Green peppers,
the green peppers, the onions, yes. Mushrooms, no.
Yeah,
Don't
I like
put a
all
mushroom
that.
on
See,
my
I like
pizza.
all the veggies on it. And then on me, I'm really one of those. I think I've just learned that I'm pretty well that whatever everybody else, because I'm really, that's not a hill I'll die on, because I like it all. You know what I mean? It's like one of those. Oh, if somebody actually. I don't really know if I've ever been asked in a long time. I don't know that anybody's even said, what kind do you want?
What kind do you want, Becky?
I don't know. I always thought whatever's best for everybody. You know what I mean? Because I've really I've not met one I didn't like.
Right.
So I'm really, you know.
Do you like the barbecue chicken one?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. Do you not?
No, not.
I do. You don't like the white?
It's not a pizza.
What about the feta? Like the white white sauce?
That's
no?
not a pizza.
Now, see, you believe in white chili, so why would you not believe in that?
Well, I don't know. But now I will take that back. So there is a Philly, what is it, the Philly steak pizza?
Oh, yeah.
I love that one. That's got the steak and the green peppers and the onions on it. I do love that one. That one's a good one.
Yeah. I don't really, you know what I mean? I'm not saying I shouldn't have said that, because maybe I guess I do get asked. Maybe. I don't know. It's been a long time. But I'm really like one of those that, like, I can pretty well go with, I don't want anchovies. You know what I mean? If you do anchovies, I'm out. I'm sorry.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anything else, I'm pretty good on. But I do like.
You better listen up. Hear what we say. 'Cause I'm here to tell you. You gotta find a way. Yeah.
Broadcasting from the real world, The Rick Burgess Show.
That's right. Yep, that's it. And we are glad that you are with us. We got the gang all here today, Speedy, Greg, and Adler, as we move forward. And we are thankful that all of you are spending time with us today, whether you're watching, listening, whether you're live, whether you're archived. Our number, and we will get to phones this hour, 1-888-6-BIG-VOX. V as in Victor. So also don't forget, a lot of you are texting like crazy at 888-624-4869. RickBurgessShow.com is our new website. Don't forget the new Facebook page too. for the Rick Burgess Show. Find it either at the bottom of the homepage or just search us on Facebook. Also in episode 1, Tales from the Camp House, the Business Summit. A lot of you have already watched it, but if you haven't, it's there on the YouTube channel. So I want to tell you this: Speedy and Greg coming in from the snow outside.
How them hands feel?
Yeah, it's awful. So-called, I guess I created a lisp out there.
You did.
Hey, what happened, James?
My lips were frozen.
Yeah, people were saying you had a lisp like James Woods yesterday.
Seriously, my mouth, it's so cold your mouth can't move.
I do.
Yeah.
Stay in it, Greg.
Greg, and you were saying your truck has really a safety feature on it.
I live trucking where you can't slide good, and it was.
But isn't that a good thing for when you try to go home today?
The flow driver.
Wait, did you get a feel for how it is out there, like we were on driving it?
Yeah, I mean, you could do it. You don't need to, I guess, drive like a maniac. But I mean,
You
I'm
sound
not
like you're
telling
in a
people what to
can.
do. Here I go. I know.
Get up in it.
No, but there's still.
You're going to get in trouble.
But
You're going to get in trouble.
yeah, I'm not telling people to drive. But if you got the equipment, you probably could.
Yeah.
Brand new tires too didn't hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, brand new. I'm a little
That traction
concerned.
control got you.
I'm gonna let it